Hey everybody, this is Grimcad, and we are here on a Friday night, and we are going to be playing some Dungeons and Dragons with a new group. Uh, as you see from the little thumbnail, we're going to be running through the Tomb of Annihilation. I'm kind of excited for this one. I have not read anything, I have not done anything. I've heard horror stories about it, but I have absolutely zero experience with the module itself, so I'm pretty excited about that. I'm also excited because I'm going to be a player in this one. I'm not going to be DMing at all. We're going to let Gypsy or 420 or Zydroin, formerly known as Janian, he's actually going to be DMing this one. Why don't you say hi there, 420?
Hey guys, yeah, I'll be DMing. If you watch the rest of Grimcad's channel, you know me from the Shifting City as Drone, or currently as Drone. Yes, my first character died there, and let's see if we can repay the favor one day.
Oh. This almost sound like fighting words. So what I think we're going to do is just introduce ourselves as a player a little bit, and then do a real brief sort of thing, about us, how long we've been playing. And then again, another real brief rundown of our character. Because we've already had like a session 0 that honestly lasted a couple hours on it, so it was a real exciting session 0. But again, I'm Grimcad. I'm an old man. I've been playing a long time. DMing usually. I'm going to be playing a Circle of the Spore Druid that has been reflavored to be bees and wasps and other sort of swarmy insects. And changed around, tweaked a little bit here and there. Should be fun, though. We're just going to go down the line in where the little circles are. So we're going to go with... Oh, also, my character's name is Riyadh Day. So we're going to go to Roland, who I believe is Mufasa Rick from Shifting City.
Indeed it is.
Okay.
Indeed it is. Yeah. If you've watched Grimm's channel before, you'll also know me from the Shifting City as Rick. But in this campaign, Roland Galanodal, a dark elf rogue who is very fond of war crimes.
So fun.
I've heard a little bit about this mod, but just from Neverwinter and things.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, just from what I know of it, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, I've heard some pretty fun things about it. Next, we're going to go to Wolfrod, and I'm going to use your Roll20 name and not your Discord name, because I don't know if that was intentional or not, but, we're going to assume it was.
No, it wasn't intentional. I just changed it to my the D&D name.
Yeah, no worries.
I haven't played D&D before, but I'm keen, and I enjoyed last week, so we'll see what happens. And I'm playing Vadim the Vast. He's a wizard, and I'm going to try roll him Necro, and yeah.
Yeah, should be good. All right, and last but certainly not least, we have Happy G.
Yes, it stands for Happy Gilmore. Thank you very much. Anyway.
Yeah, I was thinking it did, but I didn't want to say anything.
Anyway, yeah, so my character's name's Jake Nicole. He's oh, sorry, he's a healing domain. He's a healing domain cleric. Has a knight background. So I've only had maybe 1.5 games of D&D. The other half is because our dungeon master ended up passing away halfway through our game. So
oof, rough stuff.
That was rough. But yeah, so I haven't had much experience, but I've had one full gaming session, so that counts for something here.
For sure.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's it all. That's about it.
Yeah. Should be exciting. I don't think we really need to talk more about ourselves. Things will, come out as we're playing. So I am going to hand it back over to Gypsy 420 inside your own.
The DM. Yes. Well, last week we covered, as we said, was a session 0, and then we decided to play the very, very introduction to Port Nyanzaru, and you guys found lodging through the Kaya's House of Repose, where you've been brought up to your current rooms, which, as I said off stream,
I'll come back this time.
isn't actually a wooden structure. It's a level of the building you're in, so it's made of the same bricks, sandstone, everything. And as you're brought in through the door, it seems almost like a communal living space, flat almost sort of thing. But you get the feeling that if it hadn't been such a big party, they would have possibly given the rooms out separately and everything for smaller parties and everything like that. But it just so happens that you guys have managed to essentially get given a floor of this hotel area thing. So you're given a quick tour around the rooms, and there's a room each with a small singular bed and a bathing room in a 6 close-off room here. If anyone checks out the bathing room, it's very warm in there and very steamy, but the steam doesn't seem to be able to escape the threshold some way. Must only be some form of minor magical means keeping it in, but inside the bathroom is almost like a sauna or a steam house, a bathing house kind of room inside the flat itself. And yes, the tub is more of like a swimming pool, communal bathing tub like you'd see in Rome or Japan or something like that.
I guess I would just go to any room, claim it, and I travel pretty light. I don't have a lot of stuff, but
Bag top left.
yeah,
It's fine. That's between you guys.
Yep, I've got top left.
Dibs the bathing house.
I mean, to be fair, like it kind of would work for his character. They are
Yeah,
aquatic creatures or aquatic beings. But with how long it took you and what time roughly you guess you turned up, looking outside and everything, you'd guess it's mid to late evening sometime. So there's still quite a bit of hubbub outside, but it's definitely quieting down a bit more.
Is it still pretty quiet here in the inn? I understand we're upstairs, but like downstairs, are there people coming in to drink or eat or whatever, or not so much?
From what you've seen in the time that it took you to be brought to your room and everything, there may not actually be too many people staying at the House of Repose at the moment, whether it's because of price or maybe just not so many people need lodgings of a hotel sense in Nyanzaru, you're not sure, but you haven't seen too many other guests themselves. And like we covered last week, the entire place has almost, again, another light enchantment that seems to block out a lot of ambient noise that isn't, I guess, a pleasant white noise sound. Which isn't to say it's like the effects of being in a silent spell or anything like that. You can still hear outside noises, still hear the hubbub of outside, but it's a lot more muted and dulled a bit more.
This other inn, what is it? The Electric Lizard?
Thundering.
Thundering Lizard.
The Thundering Lizard?
It was, yeah.
That had a lot more activity going on in it when we passed by, didn't it?
I mean, yeah, when you pass by it looked almost like the old school cowboy saloon in the middle of drinking night. Like it was a rowdy bar and hotel, and the rooms are probably just rooms above the bar, as opposed to a hotel with a bar in it.
Okay.
Right, boys.
Yeah, well, what next? I mean, we know what we need to do, but...
So, what were these charters that we were meant to find? Didn't one of our teammates fail us on that one? Because he was a bit too drunk?
Charter of Exploration?
Hmm.
You guys have just been told that you need to find and procure.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Prince has a True Prince tomorrow or whatever. So how do we when we want to talk in character, or whatever, do we? Well, can
I mean,
someone?
That's up to you guys. You guys can be in character from the second you step into call if you want, or you can denote what's in character or what's not, or it's just however you want to play it, really. I know Grim's quite good and quite keen on the RP.
Okay, so even like you can describe what you do and like your physical actions as well
Yeah,
before
or like your thoughts.
nobody
as well.
marks that sort of thing.
Yeah, if you think.
Again, that's up to you guys. Take it as far as you want, really. You don't need big grandiose descriptions of like every step you take across the room and everything like that. Like you can't just say, I'll go here and do this.
Okay, so
Or I can play it as I take what you guys say as in character unless you state otherwise, if it's easier, and that way you don't necessarily need to worry about voices until you're more comfortable with it and everything.
Yeah, like what I do is if I have my character do something, I generally say I, and when I go to talk out of character, I say so out of character.
Yeah.
Or something like that,
Alrighty, gentlemen. I'm gonna
really
go.
generally pay attention to what I do.
But I guess, like after people start settling in and all that, I try to gather people up and just, pose the question of what next.
So, boys, what next? I'm gonna throw it out there. We could really go check the Thundering Lizard out at some point.
those were my thoughts too.
Could be a good idea. We might gain some information. Because he doesn't seem to be much of a scene here in the house.
We could. Right now,
I believe that.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, I believe the ale would be cheaper over there.
Aye.
You know what, boys?
They all would be.
Tonight.
Right now, I think the first thing we should do is, if we need this charter of exploration or whatever it is, we should see what that is. Because likely it's not going to be something they hand out for free. The owner of the inn seems to have taken a liking to us, so, I mean, she's probably the best place to start asking.
Are we going to receive any evils if we come back into the house after going over to the Thundering Lizard?
Yeah, that's a good point. Out of character.
She didn't seem to like.
It's
She doesn't seem to like the
didn't even
Thundering Lizard.
She didn't even want to say its a name.
Yeah.
But I guess that depends how we're coming back. If we're just coming back, it's probably fine. If we're coming back drunk and belligerent, that might be more of an issue.
Fair enough. Also got another thought on mine too. It's going to run up past you. How's about splitting up into teams of 2 to 3s, or so we could cover more ground, get more information?
Just staying in the city though.
Yeah, within the city.
We were thinking like 2 of us go to the Thundering Lizard because they have a lot of like under the radar sort of people. They'll know more of the back streets and the secret entrances and all that sort of stuff, because we have to get in to see the trade print. So maybe someone will be able to help us get into that. What is it? Isn't there a palace there? I don't know how to bring up the map
Yeah,
or
we've got
anything.
to request an audience.
And then obviously there's the more high class people that we need to talk to. So some people could go talk to
Did
them.
you want to look at the Port Nyanzaru map?
Yes, bro.
Take you guys onto it.
While the idea has, it's not a bad idea. I would rather stick together. If things go south, I'd rather have somebody to watch my back.
That's a fair point. Yep.
I don't
I mean,
mind going into this other tavern and asking some questions, but what questions are we going to ask before we get there?
That would be something we should probably work out.
So what questions we're going to be asking? First, I suppose it's the character you ask the question first. I mean, you can't be walking up to anyone and asking, do you have any charter maps? You walk up to the wrong person, they'll end up handing you an empty glass of ale.
Because we were told we had to talk to one of the merchant princes. Should we ask?
We were
around,
told we
like,
could
which
talk to
merchant
one of
prince?
the merchant princes. Yeah, I imagine it gets handled some other way before having to go to the guy on top, though. I mean, I guess we just need to ask around for it and just see what other general rumors are around in the city.
So you say the Thundering Lids is just across from the House of Respite, yeah?
Yeah, it's literally across the road.
That red building you're saying?
Should we also ask around about employment?
Yeah, I was thinking about the quartermaster's apprentice, was it? Who offered us
Was it the
Harbour
dockmaster?
Harbour master's
Harbour
apprentice?
Master
Told
told you to
Harbour
go
dock,
back,
same thing.
go back and look for Sindar later,
Mm.
and he might have work for you. Yes, and you were told you should find one of the merchant princes that will be able to help you with a charter of exploration.
So I suppose one of the many questions we're going to be asking is how many merchant princes are there in the city first?
Give me 1 second, because Sindra would have told you that.
So far we know of one.
Omaru or
There
something
are
like that.
Wakanga Tamu.
Yeah, there are 7 merchant princes.
7.
Ah,
Okay, so we've got a large option here. Real big options to choose from.
Alright, well, I say we head over to the other tavern and then just ask around.
Well, what's the dress code for over in the other tavern?
no, there's no dress
I
code.
doubt there would be one.
Yeah.
No, okay. Well, you even never know. They might turn around and say no weapons at the door, or confiscate the weapons, or no armor, or stuff like that.
And no ball
Oh,
caps.
Yeah, there's no
No patches.
bounces or anything like that you can see outside. It just seems like a open door, walk in, walk out kind of deal.
Oh, good. I feel a bit more safe now. Stay on my armor.
How annoying would that be? Walk up to go into a pub and they're like, no armor, sir, and you have to sit there for the next 20 minutes.
With my
taking it off.
No.
Squire,
And-
though. He can have a drink while his squire takes his armor off.
Okay. So you guys heading over to the Thundering Lizard?
Yeah, let's
I
do
think
it.
so, yeah.
Sure.
Right.
Don't
So-
know what it is.
As you guys leave the House of Repose and cross the street to the Thundering Lizard, it gets louder, as you can imagine, the closer you get to it. And walking in the doors, you can see it seems to be probably one of the busier pubs or inns that you've seen in a while. Either way, even back on the mainlands, there's all kinds and manner of people doing all kinds and manner of things. There's ones drinking and eating, and there's ones fighting, and there's Not big enough fights that people are going to die over it or anything like that. But arguments seem to be sorted out by who can punch first and hardest, and then everyone moves on. There are a manner of different barmen and barmaids shuffling around between the tables and the different patrons of the establishment, carrying food and ales and chalices of different wines and everything. It's a busy, well-to-do establishment, loud and very, very varied in customers and staff.
Yeah.
How protective do people look at their coin purses?
I mean, as protective as they would be when they're expecting their next drink before they have to go home to an angry wife or anyone else. I mean, if you were aiming to pickpocket someone, you could probably do it easy enough, but whether you got into a bar fight because of it would be the big question.
Yeah, and I'm sort of also trying to figure out if it's worth it since we went to the cheaper place. So it's like, people going here aren't going to have that much coin.
I mean, there's no, like, city guard presence in the tavern. Maybe, you might be able to spy a off-duty one or something like that, but the streets are well patrolled, so you feel like any big crime or major crime would probably be seen to reasonably quickly. Like, the city itself seems like a pretty safe place. Assuming you're not going down dark alleyways and everything like that.
To be honest, I do sort of want to use Thieves' Cant and, I don't know, see if there's any less than legitimate jobs going around.
Yep. Okay, so at this point, when we come to a situation like this, we'll do it like this. Each person can say what they're doing, because obviously, unless you guys, I'd assume for the most point, you would go find a table and everything like that. But if there's anything extra that you want to do, then this is what you would do and say what you're doing now, just so I can get everything ordered.
I wanted to summon a familiar. I don't know if just so I have it on me. I don't have to cast it if we come into trouble or if I need it.
If that's what you want to do.
Yeah, and also I'm just like, do I have to is it weird if I just summon it just in the middle of the fucking bar or like
little bit?
It's a little weird.
Yeah, familiar is more something that you have around you at all times. So you would have had it when you first met Sindra and everything like that. It would have come with you. It's a small pet that sits on your shoulder basically and can be an extension of you.
Yeah. No, I want a snake. I want a snake. So can I have just already had that?
Yeah. So it just sits in your clothing or something like that, or however you want to carry it around.
I have a blue snake. His name is Viserion. Thank you very much.
Can it be a summon familiar as well? Can you have any of those?
That's what he's done.
Okay.
Yeah,
there's two familiar spells actually.
Is there?
I just realised. Yeah, there's Find Familiar, which is probably the one. Yes, there's also Flock of Familiar, which gets you 3. You get 3 familiars instead of just 1.
Well, assuming no one else is doing anything majorly overt, through talking to various people around the bar and the slight turns of your wrist and everything you do with talking with people in your trade and everything, you manage to track down 2 a brother and sister tabaxi, which are essentially cat people or kaji.
Kaji has coin if you have wares.
Yes, but no, you've been led to them as they're posing as guides. Actually, they're not the best. Not sorry, that's the wrong word. It's not that they're not the best. They're the more underhanded type of people. That's how you've been led to them. You may not have found them through other means and everything if you hadn't gone through this channel. But
So I'm looking for that's the kind of people I was looking for, though.
did you see that?
No.
No.
Nope.
Yeah. I'll just
There
show
we go.
I'll just show it to everyone.
River Mist. Flask of wine's hand out.
And their little blurb thingy that they have there, is what you gain from the various rumors throughout the channels as you meet them and everything. So you have
What merchant priest? What merchant prince is he talking about?
Jabal.
Jabal. Oh, right there, right. But wow, yeah, it's right there in front of me.
But they're not actually at the bar, but you've been given an address of sorts, in a location that you'd be able to find them in more times than not if you would want to go talk to them or anything like that.
While he's doing that, I just like to sort of randomly ask folks what the biggest rumors of the city are.
Yep. People are quite willing to speak with you actually, and some places and cities you've been to, especially because you're a bit different to most other people, both as a druid and just the kind of druid you are.
Mm-hmm.
People tend to be a little bit more reserved, but here people are more than happy to talk. It doesn't take drink or coin to get people to share gossip and rumors. And a couple of that you hear that a giant turtle appears to be incidentally Snapping Turtle Bay, and one of them is bigger than a house. People call him King Toba, and apparently his shells have gemstones embedded all over it. You also hear about a city built by minotaurs deep in the jungle, overrun by snake people, but even worse things below. In visions, they have seen strange devils screaming in the dark. This is from one. I mean, most people would probably peg him as insane, but one deranged man sitting in a corner babbling about a city in the heart of the jungle. And just to throw another one at you, you hear about a group of dwarves determined to reclaim a place called Wormheart Mine, where a red dragon now lives. No one's heard or seen from them in quite a while.
I like the dwarf idea.
Okay.
I don't like the dragon.
Like half of that sounds really good.
I'd probably end up taking the information I found back to the party.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, as would I.
So,
You've got a couple of rumors. I mean, while people are sitting at whatever table you'd happen to be able to possibly claim from other people as they move off or whatever, you do get offered drink and food if you are wanting and looking for it, which by the fact that it's evening, it's up to you guys. But it seems nice and cheap, a couple of copper pieces for a good, or quote unquote good meal, some near stale bread and a chunk of meat with some broth or something like that. You can get the tej, which is a syrupy kind of syrupy, almost not quite liquor, but closer to like a stout or something, made from, you'd guess, fermented fruits of some sort.
I'd have a meal and a drink.
Do they have rice?
Rice would probably be a bit more on the top end of their menu if they had it, and you'd probably not want to trust it. Like, it seems like the kind of establishment where rice bags and stuff probably get left to get bugs and stuff crawling through them and everything like that. But you could get rice if you wished.
I'll just take a drink.
Mm-hmm.
Water, please.
I'm fasting, so I just join the group and sit at the table.
Alright.
I'll try their mead.
Well, I'd turn to the
meal,
rest of the
though.
party, and so it seems like we really need one of these guides, or else, because they're everywhere that we've seen, but none of them are cheap. It looks like all of them, other than the two individuals that you've just found, Roland, are asking for like 150 gold up front. And
Well, what I was reading about on one of those guides is they would possibly be able to waiver the entire fee if we go half in the treasure that we find.
Yeah, that was the guys I just found.
Yeah.
They also say to not trust any of the other ones.
Well, you know how it is in the competitive market.
in turn, can you
Yeah.
trust them? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I went through less than legitimate ways of finding them, so probably not, but you never know.
I know I'd rather not give up half my gold, but at the same time, if they have tangible rewards right there in front of them, it might make them more willing to help out and go that extra mile.
Or they could turn on us right at the end of our adventures.
Or there is that.
Oh, we could turn on them.
Yeah, we could. Oh, okay.
Either way, I think the next thing we need to do is find out about this charter of exploration and then see what we need to do about making money to afford some guides.
I'm pretty sure one of the merchant princes would know all too well about these guides, giving us information.
If you happen to ask, and it is literally, to most people in Nines are such common knowledge as to who the individual princes are and what they deal with.
Mm-hmm.
If you would ask anyone if they knew which prince handled charters of exploration, they would more than happily tell you that Jobal is the merchant prince who handles all sorts of guides and the charters and everything like that.
Yeah. And
Would
what?
they be able to tell us where to find them?
You'd have to go up to the merchant prince's villas and try get an audience with him.
And what exactly are these charters? Like, do you have to have one to leave the city or something, or are they just?
No, they're basically permission to go out beyond the bounds of the city, and although it's not, there's no laws enforced outside the city. Guards from Fort Baluthian or something, Balurian, handle anyone that they find out and about without a guide of expedition. No one knows who besides Jobal is controlling the charters and everything, because people know that the charters themselves, yes, can be quite expensive, but not only that, they come with a stipulation that a portion of any exploratory findings go to Jabal and his associates.
Ugh. I wonder if there
So-
would be a way around that.
You talking more covert?
I'm
movement?
thinking more like there's another way to get a charter, you know, one that wouldn't say, well, at the end of it, you owe me X%, you know.
Is there anyone else in the city that can give us a charter? Ford
Not-
one would say.
Not a legitimate one. Yeah, you'd have to go through channels, and no one that you would be able to talk to would have any kind of direct information. Not even people that Roland might, you know, be able to pick out of a crowd. Not even they'd be able to tell you directly. They would take some more specialized finding or luck.
Not even a criminal contact.
No, because I helped you deal with the criminal contact. Remember?
I say we try to get close to one of these trade princes, and maybe we could, you know, potentially blackmail them into, you know, giving us a good one or something along those lines.
No one ever thinks of doing things legitimately.
Fraser! Fraser! What is this? Okay, you figure that type of thing, so
But no,
maybe we could go, maybe we could like seriously go talk to Otamu and ask if he can get us a audience with what's his name, Jabal.
yes, that is his name, Jabal, and that is very well a possibility. Sindra did tell you that she would send someone to find you at some point when she had a meeting for you with Wakanga.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. She was already going to set one up.
Mm-hmm.
but she is able to set a.
You don't know if it's it's a definite thing. She's staying with them, but you don't know whether that you'll be called for in a couple of hours, a day or two, or what. She didn't give you any kind of timeline for that. She just said that she will sort a time for you and send someone.
Mhm.
Assuming you can be found, of course. Which is to say, you know, some messenger isn't going to cross half of Chult just to track you down through deadly jungles.
We did tell her where we were going, didn't we?
She told you of the two
Yes. Okay.
hotels, so you would assume if you were at your rooms that a message could come to you sooner or later. But at the same time, you know, messages can be left. If they know that you're staying somewhere, then a message can get left. So don't think that you're gonna just miss out if you just aren't there at the right time or something.
Nighttime at the moment, eh?
It's after the hour or 2, 3, however long you spend over there gathering information, drinking, and everything. Yeah, it's
Midday,
bordering
isn't it?
into getting a lot darker now. Street lamps and lights are being lit and strung up, and it's not, you know, bright, but it's well enough that outside, if you stick to the main streets, you're safe and everything. Guards still patrol. That it seems a lot more defined on the patrols now. It's not just 1 or 2 guards lazily patrolling around. It's, you know, groups of 2 or 3 patrolling.
All right. So as we finish our dinner, our feed or meal, we head back to our lodgings and get a day and night's rest. Yeah.
Yep, if you guys wish.
Yeah, I think that sounds
Gentlemen?
fine to me.
And that is our first day in Port Nyanzaru. The night passes without any major incident, and I don't think anyone used any resources or anything, so you don't need to worry about anything like that. You all wake in the morning, and it's raining outside today. Still very, very hot and muggy, if anything, even more because of the rain. It's not like a downpour torrential, but it's enough that walking outside you're going to get wet and everything.
Where's our breakfast?
Go ask for it. It may not be a delivered thing. Did you think about that?
No, it didn't actually. No. Okay, well, I suppose we better go and ask for it then.
But no, if you do go searching for breakfast, you find the Kaya in a biggish dining room. It's quite empty. There's only a couple of other groups. A lone character.
Is it a continental breakfast?
I'm gonna head out and go to breakfast and go talk to that lone stranger,
The what?
that lone guy.
The lone character.
I was just getting. It's not like the only person. Don't think it's some kind of big plot hook or anything like that. I got cut off before I could explain the rest of the groups in the dining room. Like, if people have breakfast, they probably, don't want to be disturbed first thing in the morning. Keeping in mind that you're an adventurer, so first thing in the morning for you is like first thing. You naturally wake up 5 or 6 in the morning and everything like that. But I mean, if you want to talk to random people, go right ahead.
Aren't you the aquarium type, isn't he?
Yeah, sort of. Vidalkin.
Yeah,
So your brain is all mush, bro. No,
running out of water.
just joking. You go do what you must. I'm about to get dressed into my armor and I'll be down to have breakfast soon.
Yes.
Well, I would go down and eat, certainly.
Yeah, let's go find what they got out for breakfast. Do they got any wines for breakfast?
I mean, getting the real alcoholic vibe. Nah, you could. It's not something that they would just set out. Like, Tej seems to very much be the main drink, which is an amber-colored fermented drink made from honey. Sorry, and it's more common and popular in Chult than beer or ale. So it would be put out more often than other alcohols and everything. But at the same time, it's still an alcohol. They're probably not putting it out at 6 in the morning because they don't expect most people to want a mug of alcohol at 6 in the morning.
But I've been up for the past 4 hours.
Hey, my character waves Ronald to come over here. Come over here, man. I've got something in my bag for you right here. It's what they call malt. Have a try.
Wow.
What?
You getting described?
Isn't that just the plant before it's turned into alcohol?
We're gonna tape these to your hands, kid.
Seems like you've got some troubling demons with the alcoholic side there, dude. I'm just trying to merely just help you out.
You don't know what it's like to be a spy, man. I need to drink. My job was horrible. I need it.
I've heard things, man.
If there's no alcohol out, I'll just grab the bottle of wine out of my bag.
Okay, so Roland's a high-functioning alcoholic.
Because of his tragic backstory as a spy.
But no, as you guys are having breakfast, a small boy comes up to you and says, "Hello, do you know a lady named Sindra?
You certainly do, young man.
Yes.
He has sent me to find you, to tell you to come to the Merchant Prince's villa tomorrow in the evening."
Thank you very much.
And he
Can
kind of,
can I give the kid like 10 copper pieces?
yes,
I
you
was going to
can.
give him one.
He looks very happy at the handful of coins that you give him, and he kind of scurries off and disappears out of sight.
Midday, boys. Midday. We're having an audience midday tomorrow.
Yeah.
So we might want to plan for this one, yeah. I think we'll only get one shot at this.
It seems like I've still got
Hey,
another 30 hours to drink.
gotta be sober for this meeting, okay?
I'm guessing that he owes our employer something, so hopefully at least he's a bit favorable for us, but I guess you never know.
Our employer going to want for? Oh, doesn't matter. Our employer is the old lady, isn't it?
Sindra, yeah.
Sindra.
Oh, yeah.
She's in it for her life.
Yeah. Isn't
That's why
she dying
she's
from the curse?
Yeah, that's why she's hired you guys, is 'cause she's dying and doesn't want to. Even though she's already, cheated death at least once. But no, the rest of your breakfast passes smoothly and without incident.
And what time does it leave at?
I mean, how long does it take you to eat breakfast?
5 seconds? No.
Pretty long when breakfast is a bottle of wine.
Yeah, it's still morning. You've got an entire day to fill with activity if you so wish.
I don't chew, I inhale.
Well, we could explore around the city and just see what there is to see. We could check up with that old guy at the harbor. He said he had some jobs for us, or knew of ways to make some coin. I guess we could check out the giant turtle.
Encrusted gem giant turtle.
That's right.
The giant turtle does sound pretty fun, but he's a snapping turtle, so that part does not.
Is he a snapping turtle, or is he just in Snapping Turtle Bay?
Oh, that's the question, isn't it? That's the thing about rumors. You've got to figure out
These,
which ones are real, which ones are false, what parts have been blown out of proportion. I'll just check you guys on the chop
we
map.
can go about this. We could just trust the information, or find someone who's.
I think this.
What the hell?
I pulled you to the chop map,
Mm-hmm.
so
I forgot
I
how.
don't know if Snapping Turtle Bay will be marked. Or anything.
Oh, I thought it was like just the dock in the city or something.
Yeah, I thought it was inside.
Yeah.
No.
No. I mean, it might be the bay just outside of Nyanzaru. That's what I'm checking.
I forgot how.
No, it's way down at the bottom, yeah.
This map is huge. I forgot about
And
it.
can we even leave Nyanzaru? Wait, because we need a trade pass or whatever to leave. I'm guessing through the gates into the jungle. But can we like just sneak out through the bay in like a fucking dinghy or something and break in through the jungle that way?
I don't think it's a
I don't
thing
know.
to stop us getting out.
Yeah, have you even tried leaving?
It's more of a if we get caught outside the city without one, they attack us and steal our shit.
And getting
just
back
wanna-
in.
And this is why I brought up the map, which is because this is the map that you have off of Sindra. So I'd assume if you were thinking about Snapping Turtle Bay, you'd look at the map you have. This is Nyanzaru here.
Yeah.
This
Good
is
shit.
Snapping Turtle Bay down here. It's literally the other side of it.
could
Yeah.
not be further away.
It could not be further.
We're not taking a day trip there.
That's a week trip, bro.
That's like multiple months. Week on the
You
sea.
know, I agree with
But
yeah.
no.
I'm not
Well, I
with
think,
I will
gentlemen,
pull you
we
back
should.
to this map. I just wanted to point out that, yeah, you guys probably weren't going to Snapping Turtle Bay anytime soon.
Right.
Was it the shipmaster that had some jobs, some odd jobs?
Yep,
for us?
shipmaster's assistant, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he said that
Sure.
the harbour master would have, or might have, something for you to do.
Should go ask the harbour master how much it costs for a ferry to Snapping Turtle Bay.
He wants those jeans, boys. He wants those jeans.
We could ask him what his thoughts on the rumors are. I mean, he probably hears a lot of rumors going through.
I mean, yeah, he'd probably have a lot more people out on the sea to have bigger rumours.
And
Maybe he
also,
knows
he
it.
has jobs.
Maybe he also knows of a bigger turtle.
Who knows?
Let's start with a little turtle first, and then we'll move up in shell size.
Just stomps a baby turtle out in the middle of the street.
So you guys going to the harbour then?
Harbour it is, you boys. Do you know what? All good?
Sounds good.
Um,
Sounds good.
All right.
You guys make your way through the streets easy enough. It's still early morning, so there's people out and about, but it's not packed like when you arrived yesterday. It's the early morning crowd, people going to work at the foundries and the dye works and everything like that. So your travel is, somewhat peaceful almost. You get to the harbour without incident, and the office seems to have been open for an hour or two already. People are working on the docks and up and down from the beaches and everything. If I assume you guys go inside and look for the attendant
Mm-hmm.
or clerk. It's a different one this time. Still another Cholton. Hello. How may I help you?
Yes, hello. We were wondering if I believe his name is Chumney. Chumney was around.
Chumney. Yes, he's working tomorrow morning. He works every other day.
Gotcha. We had struck up a
Sorry.
conversation, and he had promised us some work.
Chumney, I can't see him giving you much work outside of copying ledgers and everything like that.
Is this the portmaster we're talking to?
No, this is another attendant clerk. He's a lot less of the bookish type. He has kind of, bigger arms. He's a lot younger and healthier looking. But he's all that's in the office at the time.
Okay. Whereabouts is the portmaster at the moment, at this present time?
You're actually lucky. Zindar is here. He's down on the harbour. He's looking for people who are looking to do some work for him, actually. He's been looking for the past week, but not too many people have actually taken him up on his offer.
Do you mind if I ask what type of work is he looking for, if you would know?
What is his name?
Zindar is his name. He's the Dragonborn, one of the only ones you'll find on the docks.
Can I actually just lean my head out the door and yell out?
Sorry. No, he's not a Dragonborn. He is a dragon.
He's a dragon,
Yes, he's a dragon.
not a dragonborn.
No. I keep forgetting
Like
that.
a dragon.
Here's a dragon. No, here's a dragon.
He's a
I
dragon.
sort,
Yes.
I sort of just
Okay.
want to hang my head out the door and yell out to him, "Look no further. We have arrived."
No, this can't be right. He has to be a Dragonborn. He has to be a Dragonborn.
bro,
There's no way he can be a dragon.
You're the DM, bro. I recommend
Dragons no polymorph.
He is a Dragonborn. It's just all of the information on this sheet says dragon everything is dragon. There is not one mention of dragonborn. Yeah, but he's a medium humanoid half dragon.
Alright, that works.
Confusing. Yes, the only dragonborn down on the docks that you'll find.
Thank you, dear sir. We were looking for the portmaster right about now.
Very good. And he kind of goes back to whatever work he was doing. He seems to be lifting boxes more than writing notes and ledgers. But as you go down onto the docks, sure enough, there's one quite large dragonborn standing down there directing groups of men to do various tasks of the harbour, everything from moving barrels and crates and stocking ships to repairing masts and fixing sails and everything like that.
So we approach the working men, and was the portmaster is there, yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Yep.
So we approach the portmaster.
Yes.
Good afternoon, sir.
Well, it's a bit early for afternoon, don't you think? It's barely cracked morning.
Very good.
I see you have a watch too.
Watch? The big ball in the sky, man.
Yeah, that's what I call it.
Fair enough.
So we heard you're in the market for looking for some hired hands.
Yes, and you look a bit more well equipped for the kind of work that I'm looking.
I assure you we can get the job done.
I mean, that would be left to be seen, but if you're interested, I can at least tell you about it.
Yeah, sure.
Well, you see,
Certainly.
there have been some pirates been attacking various ships coming in to the port of late. They've been causing me and the merchant princes quite a bit of strife and trouble, and honestly quite a bit of coin as well. The princes are more than willing to offer quite a large sum in bounty for each ship, and preferably captain to be hung as well.
My character passes this on to someone who's more suited for it. Roland?
Some people don't like getting their hands dirty.
There's
So they have to be alive?
I mean, I don't know personally. The merchant princes would probably like to see the law taken to them, but at the end of the day, they're pirates. They probably won't just come in and be like, oh yeah, hey, slap the cuffs on me.
No, they won't. But we can burn them.
At least you get to hang someone.
So you're not exactly
dude.
looking for a single pirate. You're looking to capture as many as you can. Is this like a price per person?
There are three main ships at the moment that are causing the most strife. The Dragonfang, the Emerald Eye, and I believe it's the Sturge. The captains don't seem to be in any sort of coalition or working together, but they don't fight each other either. So as you can imagine, that can cause quite a bit of congestion when they're almost creating a blockade for some of the ships. So the merchant princes have offered for their ships 2,000 apiece, and for the captains it's 500.
We'll certainly take it. At least all the gentlemen are ingredients of it.
When the ships are sitting in my port here, then I can call the merchant princes. Until then, anyone can do it.
All right.
And I assume you have no idea where these ships are putting up port.
Not
putting up port, they strike at the head of the Bay of Cholt, just out there. I mean, beyond the Navy's reach, or what little of a navy this city has.
Sure, but likely they have somewhere they call port.
Likely, but we haven't had any reports or scouts be able to find out where.
We have a spy in our group, do we not?
Yes. Yeah, we do.
Your talents
Yeah,
have
we can
become very useful at this present time, you know that?
Surprisingly.
Right, well, we'll certainly look into it, and we'll do what we can do. It might not be the most pressing matter, but... Were you willing to offer any kind of support? I mean, manpower, anything like that?
A boat.
I mean, if you're willing to share the bounties with me, then I might be able to front a boat and a helmsman.
Oh, that's better than... It's a start.
Keeping in mind, this won't be some Grandois battleship that will be sinking anything or anything like that. It'll be a small sloop to get you there and maybe pique the interest of the pirates.
Right.
And the helmsmen, my boys, most of them aren't too well fitted for combat. They know how to stay alive, well, kind of, but they've never been in much else beyond a bar fight, maybe. They're city folk here.
Understood.
Yeah.
Well, we'll certainly look into it. Good day to you, sir.
Talk to you later then.
Oh, sorry. One more question. If we have any other questions, where can we find you?
When I'm not busy down on the port or on ships or talking to the merchant princes, I'm usually at home. Which, no offense, but I ain't telling you where that is.
You know what?
Yeah,
I wouldn't blame you. Fair enough.
If we can't find you, we'll leave a message with your assistant.
That's probably the best bet, yes.
Awesome.
And he turns back to what work he was doing before.
As we're leaving, I want to start like writing out a note or something. Just something.
Chucked that to you guys earlier.
Yeah.
That was him.
I want to sort of start drafting up a message to ask my contact if he knows or has heard of anything about where they may port, and then look around for some seedy messages that can deliver it for me.
Mm-hmm. I will have to just... Because didn't I say that your contact would be at Fort Ballaran?
Yeah.
Just out of character right now. Yeah, like getting messages to them and everything. Unless you're using a bird or magic or something like that, probably not going to happen by word of mouth or by common messenger because of the whole, dangerous journey between them and everything.
Damn it. That's one of the main reasons I got that, dude.
I mean, if you can find an eagle or a carrier pigeon or something, some kind of thing like that, which if you give me I forget what it might be used. If you can give me an investigation.
Investigation.
Yeah.
Can I? I've got no bonus to investigation, so it's just going to be the flat roll.
That's fine.
If you're making
16.
rolls,
Holy shit!
I can give you
Yeah.
guidance.
What
too.
a roll!
Oh no, 16 will be enough to you'd be able to easily enough find a courier or a bird messaging service that would get a short note to Fort Balaran or one of the other, one of the few other civilized settlements in Chol.
Well, yeah, I really just want to ask if they've heard any information on the 3 boats.
Mm-hmm.
Or
It'll take time
any
to get there and
pirate
back and
ports.
everything.
Of course, but
Yeah.
we've still got to wait till at least midday tomorrow, so we've got 1.5 days to wait.
I just want to point out, just to save you guys before you have to wait in character a few hours at the Merchant Prince's Villa, I did say evening.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Afternoon.
Yeah.
Like, you're gonna be turning up in the middle of the day, like, hi, we're here to see Wakanga, and they're going to be like, you're not actually expected for another 6 hours.
So
yeah.
we got plenty of time.
Yes, you do have plenty of time still.
Well, lads, there's definitely money there, but I don't think that's easy money either.
No, to be honest, I'm actually agreeing with you too. Doesn't sound like an easy sort of quest, is it? Well, not as easy as what the assistant was making it out to be, anyway.
I wonder if he had something else, or he really was just talking about doing actual work.
Oh no, imagine actually having to do some work.
Oh no!
You're like, let's go fight this giant turtle that we're not going to get paid for, but this thing we're going to get paid shitloads for, that'd be boring.
Just
Not to mention how I love you guys were like, oh yeah, we'll do it, and then you're like, wait a second, they're pirates, they're on ships, they're on the ocean, we don't have a boat.
We've got access to one now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Whether it's going to be yeah. But you're a spy. You must have something in your repertoire to kind of get information. Yeah.
I mean,
I am working on that, but I am also a bad person. I might also have something on my repertoire called joining the pirates.
The information, eh?
I've sent out a carrier pigeon, I assume.
Yeah, assuming you spend the hour or so it'd take to go to wherever the building is, or the shop is, whatever you'd call it, the business.
For sure. I would.
Yeah. Well, in that case, then yes, a message has been sent. You don't know how long it'll take to get back. You get told that chances are they ask for where they might be able to find you or leave a message to get to you for if a reply does come back.
I'd tell them that I forgot the name of the hotel already. It's not the cheap one, but the more expensive.
I like it.
The expensive inn, okay.
Yeah. That's your drunken eye. It's your you two. You're like, what are you? What, 3, 4 wines deep?
This is why you don't have a functioning alcoholic in your party. But no, it's after Roland, assuming he went off and did that by himself, what would other people be doing? Or you guys can all go together.
Yeah, well,
maybe then the actual name of the inn will get said and note will be delivered.
Well, is that a thing you would try to do by yourself, or?
I really wouldn't care, but I'd probably tell you guys that I had a plan. I was gonna go do something about it. Like, I wouldn't mind if anyone came along, but it's up to everyone.
all right, I'll tag along. Oh, gosh.
Yes, everyone. I've just got to make the call for the party. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yes, everyone goes along for the best. It's going to be bad. And as a bonus, yes, the actual name of Kaya's House of Respos does get mentioned.
Yay! I'll just be like, oh yeah, that's the one.
There isn't going to be some random messenger running around the city looking for an inn called the expensive place.
Expensive inn.
Expensive one.
So, wait, when did they bring out this new inn called not the cheap one, but the more expensive one?
But where the business actually is over near the. I'm just looking for what it's called again. I just had its note up. This is annoying. Near the dye works, which is up on a cliff face, and the cliff and the sea around it seem to be painted a bright blue from the dyes being dumped out of vats off the side. You can see carriages
Just
being
like
pulled.
Fukushima.
Yeah. You can see carriages being pulled by giant lizards, taking cloth to and from the cloth going up to the dye works as, basic clothy colours, I guess. Browns and yellows and creams and stuff like that. And the ones leaving very, very bright and mixtures of colours, everything from plain solid colours of red and blue and yellow to almost tie-dye mixes of lengths of cloth. Depending on how close to the dye works you get and to the cliffs, which are, because it was actually over here. So you guys basically did a lap of the city, come down over here, the dye works are here, and then the business would have been down this way somewhere near the market ward.
So we walked all the way around the city when we could have just walked back.
Well, we
I
didn't
mean,
know that.
you didn't have to go around the city.
No, wait. The shop.
Yeah, but I mean,
not
you guys...
not where we were. The shop that I was looking for.
Oh, yeah. So you guys were at the Harbour Master, but after that you guys kind of spent a while strolling around looking for this, looking for somewhere you could send a message or something like that. Is there anything other people would like to do in particular during that time?
I'm pretty fine.
Yeah, I'm sweet.
While walking around, there's not a ton, yeah.
Everyone give me a perception roll for while you're walking around.
How do you do that?
Go to your character sheet and on your skills, just hit perception.
Oh jeez, I also have no bonus to perception, so that's just a straight roll too.
My perception is actually pretty good, but I rolled terrible.
It's okay.
Rolled all good.
Someone got 2 crits.
Victor sees everything.
As you're walking past the dye works, you see
Hold up, bro. Hold up.
Uh,
So whereabouts is perception?
on your character sheet.
Yeah, I'm looking at
It's-
core.
Under nature and
Yeah.
above performance.
So where your skills are next to your stats.
Oh, right. Just hit this. Oh, you see ticket
just-
and then...
No,
You
don't
just
take
gotta
it.
hit the word.
Don't take it
Yeah.
because
Oh,
you
just hit the word. Okay.
You hover over the word and it changes red.
that's if you've got proficiency in it or not.
I have proficiency in it, and it took my -2 to a 0. Oof.
How did you get -2?
I don't
Because
have.
I got
Yeah.
rolled
In it.
like 2 sevens.
Oh,
I'm the
So
spy.
I threw
with
one in
no
strength and one in
perception.
wisdom.
yeah. This is a really bad spy, guys. Are you sure you got the right one?
I don't even have perception.
He's
and I
an
rolled good.
alcoholic. Of course they didn't get the right one.
Oh, wisdom. Yeah, I've got -1 in initiative. I'm a pretty...
Yes. But as you're walking past, actually everyone but. Oh wait, no, that's for Roland earlier. Yeah, still everyone but Riod notice a very, I won't say sad, but crestfallen looking man sitting on the side of the road of the next to the dye works. He's holding what looks like a small. Can I show this to you guys? Did that show you guys?
Nope.
No.
No.
Hopefully you guys don't get the notes as well. And if so, it doesn't really matter too much.
Nope. I just got the emblem.
Ah.
Yeah, he's holding a small coin. And just kind of staring at it blankly.
Can
That's
I
a
ask him why he's staring at it?
You can. He says it's a token, a coin from the Tepkas. That they must have found out somehow.
Found out about
What
what?
I need to go speak to Quath.
Can you just tell us who the Tepkas are?
They're kind of, I guess, a sort of law keepers. Getting one of these coins is usually not a good thing. Please,
What does it mean? Does it mean, like, if you get a coin, does it?
it means that what I did has been found out. I bought some dancing monkey from the black market the other week, and I used them to make some dye, and I did it without the merchant prince's approval. Please, you have to make sure. Please come with me to Quaoth. I don't think I'll make it by myself otherwise. I need to speak to him and try to clear this up.
That's a merchant prince, isn't it? Boys, are you thinking what I'm thinking?
I don't think I don't know if I'm thinking what you're thinking, but I'm thinking something.
So are we following this poor lost soul?
I'm happy to yeah, at least make it look like I'm trying to help him.
So kind.
Monetary gain, eh? That's all it is.
I would follow him. Yeah, I mean, I don't think we should be getting into fights with the merchant princes, but
It doesn't. Like, he doesn't seem like he's going to be going for a fight. He seems like he's going to be begging for his life.
Gotcha.
Like, he doesn't even think he'll make it to see the merchant prince without help. That's why he's kind of, come up to you guys and been like, "Hey, you notice something? Please help me."
Let's take this as an opportunity to,
But
do some good before you rack up the war crimes.
I mean, I sort of want to ask him all about this Tepper Society while we're on our way to the Merchant Prince.
Yep.
See just how much he knows and just how much I can find out.
Yeah, we've also got to keep in thing. We've got the audience too, eh? At evening. Is it this afternoon?
That's tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
The
That's
next
tomorrow.
day. So yeah, basically this entire day and all of tomorrow before you're expected at Wakanga's.
Well, I'm gonna.
Vadim beckons to the guy to lead on
Oh.
to the trade prince.
He
So we can
leads
follow.
you through the city, and he's almost always looking over their shoulders. If you do ask him about the Tepkas and what they do, he tells you that they were quite instrumental in the liberation of Port Nyanzaru, and that they work tirelessly to prevent the Zentarum and other factions from taking over government or stopping the merchant princes from having the most power in the city. He says that apparently there aren't too many members of the Tepkas left, but they don't advertise their membership or anything like that anyway. So it's impossible to actually tell how many people are in the society. Not much. He doesn't know much else because they're quite secretive about it, but he knows that getting the Iron Token is not a good thing, and it's a big warning that you've committed wrong.
So he
I
himself
use
is not a
mine-
member, though.
No, he himself is not a member. He's if anyone wishes to insight, but
Yeah, I was about to say that if I use my insight on the coin, can I find out anything?
Oh,
about-
not on the. I mean,
Not
the
on
coin
my
is
spell.
a basic
Story.
iron coin. Yeah, the insight's more for telling if people are lying and stuff, which you don't even need to insight to
Yeah.
tell that he's
Oh,
telling
yeah.
the truth. He was just a dyer a dye worker who bought some black market fruit without, paying the taxes and everything, and made money that he shouldn't have, and the merchant princes do not look favorably on that because, I mean, they're merchant princes for a reason.
Yeah.
But as he leads you through, he takes you to a place called the Golden Throne. I don't know if it has a map. No, it does not. But it's up by the merchant prince's villas up in the merchant ward area.
Do you want to move a character?
Yeah. I'm just looking for the exact spot where it is. I suppose it doesn't really matter. I think it's this building over here, actually. And he goes to almost, I won't say a front desk area, but a kind of open area where there seems to be what would be the closest to attendance in the area. There's more guards than anything. Guards and people coming to talk to merchant princes or to try and set meetings with them and everything.
That's good.
Keeping in mind, this is kind of like, the court, the Golden Throne is the court where they deal to most of their day-to-day business and everything. Wakanga is asking for you at his villa himself tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Just so you know where to go. I didn't clear that up properly earlier. I should have. You would have been told that by the messenger. After probably a bit longer waiting than you'd almost feel comfortable, but if at any point you look like you're gonna walk away, he really asks you to stay and almost, grabs onto your shirt to make you stay with him. He's really worried for his life as far as you can tell. But after a while, he gets ushered along with you into a small room where... Give me a second. A lady is sitting.
How do you pronounce that?
Yes.
It's Quail.
Yeah.
Quail.
Quail.
Cloth.
Quail.
Quaoth.
She is flanked on either side by a male and female. They look Cholton, and they are, by all stretches of the imagination, gorgeous. Like, they are easily the most beautiful things you've seen in the city yet, as far as living creatures go.
Well, I would.
Omala. The Quaoth begins. Omala, you have been given a warning, I believe. You took business and money from me. Do you wish to explain? And Amala replies with,
I'm sorry, Quail. The businesses have been taking a big hit since the trade routes have been cut off from outside the city from the seas. There's not enough dyes and money to go around, usually. There's no excuse or reason for it, but I just couldn't afford the taxes this month. I'm sorry. And she looks thinking for a minute or so before she almost just now noticing you lot. And you? What are you lot doing here?
We saw a fellow in need, and he wanted us to help out, so we came for a walk.
So, you took time out of your own days to help someone who has already been black-marked?
A pure accident, of course. I'm guessing it was pure accident.
I
mean, if the merchant...
I totally didn't know we weren't allowed to help them.
He kind of nods and agrees with the whole it was accidental, or, you know, as accidental as not paying your taxes can be. But you know, he didn't mean ill because of it, and wasn't trying to become the next merchant prince because of it. He was just trying to, you know,
make ends meet.
It's a tiny bit of tax evasion. Who's gonna hurt?
So, you think yourself the good type? Would you maybe be willing to do something for me, and I will overlook this man's transgressions?
Gentlemen, what do we
What
reckon?
is the thing?
Oh, no. You must agree to this task before.
I like you. I like you.
This man's life means nothing to us, really.
So
But
my
what-
character
what
just stares blankly to the next three. What are we gonna do?
Yeah,
I mean, he really doesn't like mean anything to us. But I like this chick's style.
try to get a trade pass or whatever out of her instead. Because I mean, like you said, this guy doesn't mean fuck all to us.
Well, if you look at it this way, the merchant prince has just offered us.
I'm
Something.
just going to ask, is this in character?
Yeah,
I mean, mine,
That's awesome. You guys are just
mine
casually
definitely
talking.
was.
This guy doesn't mean shit to us. He's in the background like, what? Listen up!
You probably come all this way just to say that to my face.
Not even to his face, just
No,
like
we're not
huddled
saying
in
it
the
to your
corner.
face.
Also,
all huddled in the corner talking about him.
I'm looking for some good people. This guy doesn't mean anything to us. We will sell him out in a second.
But assuming that is in character, she pipes up and says, "Oh, don't misunderstand. This will not be for your benefit. This is purely to keep this man alive."
Yeah, we understand that. That's why it's a hard decision.
Well, as my character's background is, I'm obligated to help him.
This man has wronged you, obviously. When finding out that he was being warned, he immediately came to you, even seeking out the advice of strangers, such as us. And
We could have just murdered him on the street. What would have happened then?
you'd put his salvation into our hands? His
It wasn't our
actions
job to kill him,
that
though.
he's
It wasn't our
made
job to
mean
kill him.
nothing?
It's a minor thing. It's more of a, you have to keep up precedence as an example. I mean, I do not want to have to send him to the executioner's run over what was likely a couple of 100 gold pieces, but at the same time, if we allow him to get away with it, every die maker will be doing it. And then, us
Is it-
merchant princes mean nothing, our money means nothing, and our status is
more than
nothing.
I want to execute him in front of her.
Can we not make an example of him another way?
No, that is the law here. Wrongdoers take the executioner's run. The only way to not, if you do wrong, is to be pardoned for your crimes, which I am offering, assuming that this small thing can be done for me.
Think about
Tell
it.
us what it is.
This might come back and help us out in the long run. Karma is a good thing.
That she possibly could look favorably on us for this, but I don't know. I just like her style, so I want to say yes because she's not going to tell us what it is unless we say yes.
I'm agreeing, so I'm saying yes.
I want to insight her. I mean, is she really gonna free this man personally? Is this like an offer in good faith as well? Or is this,
Holy shit!
She's
Two people who said yes, and then you're like,
telling the
"Oh."
truth. If you can accomplish this task, you get the feeling that his lapse in judgment will be overpassed, and that he'll be allowed to continue doing his life, living his life.
Again, what do we get out of that? We get to do a job for someone.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, but-
whatever happens during that job. Yeah, it is literally
Like-
you're being offered a job, no payment, but you save someone's life.
Okay.
Well,
I'm
It's
in
not
you
something
don't-
I
you
would-
I'm in agreement,
you don't know
but I wanna
what the
split his
executioner's run is, but I mean, its name alone says that
Take
you
a guess.
probably don't survive it. Yeah.
As long as this
one
offer,
of the
this
good
pardon
points.
is being made in good faith, I would accept it.
Saving someone's life is not usually what I do,
Thank
but
you,
there's
Rito.
always times
Thank
for a first.
She looks at you all and says, "Very well then. No questions will be asked about this task. You must go to Fort Baluraran and kill a man named Shago. He works as a guide out of Fort Baluraran. He must be dead within 10 days. If he is not, Omala runs the executioner's run. If
When
he
you
dies,
say no questions,
this sounds like a question.
does where is the fort? Does where is the fort count as a question?
The fort is one of the only other populated areas on Cholt. If you cannot find your way there, then Omala will be running the executioner's run.
Very good. Thank you for your time.
And she looks at Omala, smiles, and says, "Well done. Your time has been extended for another week and a bit, it would seem. Do not try and leave the city. You know you will not make it very far." And she turns to you lot and says, "Good luck," and holds her hand towards the door.
I'm gonna go have a nap.
Nod and leave. I mean, we have a map.
All right.
Oh yeah, and just because it hasn't been brought up yet, I will tell you this once. That map is a very secret thing, and a lot of people would kill to have it. Do not just go pulling it out in front of people.
Yeah.
Who has
I-
possession at the
I
moment?
gather that it's magical in some nature.
I do.
Oh, it's not magical.
No,
it's
no,
it's
it's
literally
just-
just a
Just
map.
no one
but-
has
Accurate
mapped the
information,
place
I
before.
gotcha.
Yeah, no one's been able to get a map that has that much detail on it of Cholt ever. Like the amount of work that Syndra must have gone through to get all of the information to form that map would have been half a life alone.
Mhm.
But with that, and with signing a man's life to the success of you guys' party, let's take a quick 5-minute break because I'm busting to go toilet. And if
Lunch-
anyone needs to have a smoke or anything, do it now. Fill up coffees, get drinks.
We could just ignore him now. But yeah, we bought you 10 more days. See you later.
He thanked you. He thanked you, and I mean, you can tell that the faith of his life is being put in you guys, and he goes back towards the dye works. You assume to go back to work I mean, why you would do that when you could possibly have 10 days to live, you don't know. But maybe he just has faith in you guys.
Maybe he's got more tax evasion to do.
Yeah, maybe. Who knows? He might be getting around the token. One thing you did notice is that he does still have the token with him. It
Of
doesn't
course.
seem to have been recalled or asked for or anything like that.
Can
That's because his sentence hasn't been officially dropped.
Possibly. But I will be back in like 5 minutes.
Same.
I'm gonna jump on my other phone.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Yeah.
Who else is here?
Oh,
I'm here.
I am.
Sounds like we're waiting on 2 then.
Mhm.
What war crimes can we get done while they're gone?
Oh gosh.
I love how the name for that side quest is Help a Dying Man, but it's Dying.
We're dying, man.
But he's also
Oh, dire.
not
That's
exactly.
Have you noticed, Gypsy, that I'm still terrible at naming my characters?
Yeah, but it's okay. Names are fucking hard sometimes, man.
So far, I've already got 2 more characters planned out.
Oh.
Got 2 more character names planned out. Cause so far I've got Rick and Roland, and both of them are actually characters of Borderlands 1 with 1 letter missing.
Mm.
So I've still got to make 2 more characters to continue the theme.
You gotta really do it with Gage, because literally any letter you take out just makes her name Gage.
Yeah, but there's Borderlands 2. Like, I've still got to go Lith and probably Mordak.
I have a dude named an NPC named Zur in my other one, 3.5.
I mean, in all fairness, it is just throwing letters together and hoping they stick.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Yeah.
that's names in a nutshell.
Guys never went to go in Fraser?
I haven't actually played it in a while. There's more people moved in here, so our internet's gotten real trash again, so I can't real play it that often.
Bug off.
You say they've released a new expansion now?
Yeah, they done Descent into Avernus.
Mhm.
It's like Wizard of the Coast brought out a new one, and then they were like, "Yeah, let's slap this straight into Neverwinter." I still had a look at that Descent into Avernus mod, and they brought out rules for making deals with demons,
Nice.
Ooh.
which is pretty cool. Like, if you find an archdemon, he can give you up to like a wish.
Hmm.
Huh?
Hello, my fellow Wendigos. Radamon here. Thanks for tuning in to episode 55. Hello.
Are we just waiting on Victor?
Victor, yeah. Might be getting the bubs.
Yeah. Oh, we'll just give him another minute or 2 and then just keep going. Not doing anything too drastic at the moment. But no, so you've got a couple of options for the side quest ideas. You've got defined guides and a charter if you want them. There's also just various attractions you could go seek out too.
Mm-hmm. I guess we got a week to kill this guy. Or 10 days or something.
Yep.
I think I would write that down.
And all you know so far is Fort Valurian, a guide named Shago needs to die.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, in all fairness, we could always just go to the fort, be like, "We're looking for guides."
That is one thing you could do, yes.
Yeah.
Is
I mean, if you guys needed to look at, well, I should actually be able to give it to you as a handout as well. Anyway,
Is anyone an assassin in the group?
Tech sorted. See, it's like,
oh, you do.
isn't it a subclass of rogue?
Yes, it is.
So I'm not a high enough level to technically be an assassin yet.
No. So we could just send an assassin in.
See, that's what you call splitting the party, and that's when the assassin gets found out by 10 guards that he can't backstab all at once in the same turn.
Yeah.
That's why we go with him. And then the assassin does his job. And we back him down. There, yeah, I see where you're coming from.
Yeah, you're a party for a reason.
Yeah.
But you know that the River Mist and Flask of Wine, the guides can, you were told they were hang around Malar's throat a lot, and yeah, you found the other guides via different means and can track them down easy enough. Aside from River Mist and Flask of Wine, they both the rest are all, I guess, signed guides. They keep up with the merchant princes and pay their fees and everything. So, you know, tracking them down, they're a legitimate business essentially. They're a lot easier to find.
Yeah. You know, that's an idea right there, because I imagine we even need a guide to get over to the fort. But, you know, this River Mist and Flask... Is it Flask or Flask of Wine?
Flask of Wine and River Mist.
Okay, but either way, you know, they're the more less than legal people, so they might be willing to come with us if we go to this place. And I don't know, I mean, I don't expect to get a ton of treasure for it, but maybe we don't know that.
We can tell them that we'll give them half of the treasure that we make from it, and then if we don't make any treasure, then fuck them.
Yeah,
Well,
I mean, I don't think we should totally say F them, but...
Yeah, that's not something you say to them, but I mean, it's something
Obviously.
that they fully know when they make that proposal, is that, you know, it might cost them more than they gain out of it,
Yeah.
but it's still an option there for you.
And,
Same as the other ones, like the dwarf, I think he had a quest that he'll waive his fees for if you help him with his quest.
But that's a fucking dragon.
Azaka, not one.
Azaka, yeah,
Oh,
she
yeah,
had one
Azaka.
too.
New Hackenstone. Takes a dragon. But
I mean, like a dragon would be a pretty cool first mission for a, like, you know, and
mate.
I don't think he actually wants to kill a dragon. I think a dragon just bit off his arm.
Yeah.
you want to kill the dragon to get his arm back, or is it not nothing to do with it?
He just
I don't
says,
think
he
it
just
had
says
anything
that
to
a
do
red
with it.
dragon
Yeah.
bit off his arm.
Yeah.
Here I stand. Takes more than a dragon to stop me.
It it doesn't actually say anything about a quest from him. It was just the fact that the red dragon bit off his arm.
But I mean, personally, I think that's a good idea. You know, grab these two tabaxi with the intent and purpose of going and killing the other guy, and then coming back to the city. And if, you know, things go south, you can pin them on them if, you know, things go real south.
Well, that is an option.
I mean, it's obvious that, you know, they're already
it was
doing
different.
something less than legal in the city, and the city's got some pretty steep penalties for doing that, apparently.
It was definitely all of these less than legal guys. It wasn't us guys who hired them or anything.
I mean, if we're gonna do something illegal, we may as well make it really fucking illegal. Because if you get
Oh.
murdered stealing a bag of cabbages and selling them for whatever the fuck he did. Imagine what, you know.
Well, he wasn't paying taxes.
Yeah, like that's
Yeah,
also
but
another
neither a
thing.
river mist.
You've just been told that it was that it's called the Executioner's Run that it'll be thrown to, and you know the name kind of begs that it won't be very pleasant, and the fact that he almost seemed assured that he would die from of it, but you don't actually know if it is just straight like you get hung or
Head chopped off.
head chopped off or something. Like it
Or
also
if you have to
seems-
actually do a run to
Yeah,
see
Could
if
be,
you
yeah,
survive.
could be a gauntlet, couldn't it?
Yeah.
You have to go for a gauntlet.
So that's also something else you guys could do is go check that out.
Yeah.
Any form of execution in quote unquote civilized society has always been quite a crowd drawing event because people like that.
They
After
like
finding
me.
out about it, it would be pretty high up on Roland's list to watch an execution. We just
Oh,
gotta do
so we
something
should go
illegal and
check this
frame
out.
it on someone.
So we're still on the same day, yeah?
Yeah, yep. It's by now it would probably be getting closer to midday time after you've talked to Quaoth and everything else that you've done in the morning. Walking
we-
across the city twice.
Yeah, well, I mean,
I want to go check this executioner's run out, yeah?
yeah, and then I'd
some
Yeah,
propose
well,
trying to.
At some point.
If you ask for directions, you get pointed off in this direction over here, and you feel like it would probably be quite an easy place to find.
Oh man, that looks like someone just has to take a run and they just get shot at with arrows or javelins or something.
Instantly, as you guys are walking up the road through what is called the Old City, it kind of splits in two directions around a giant rectangular stone-lined pit about 15 feet deep and 50 wide and easily 200 feet long. It seems like it used to be used for some kind of competitive game of some descript, but now it seems, by the blood splatters and remains of corpses, it seems like you said, some sort of gauntlet area that you have to make it through. There's nothing going on currently, but there are not crowds, but you know, some people mulling around. It doesn't seem like there'd be anything planned for the day or anything, but who knows what happens.
So this is executioner's run.
Anyone want to go for a run?
Are we allowed past the gates and able to look at the run itself?
Yeah, you can like walk up above the pit and everything like that and look down, and it seems like an open public space and everything, kind of like how a gallows or something would have been. And yeah, it's a pit. It's 15 feet by 50 by 200 feet long. There's spatters of dried blood and chunks of gore not cleaned up and everything like that. You can't see any forms of what looks like might have been arrows or spears or anything haven't been thrown in. At one end, the pit, the short side of the pit seems to be a bit more steeply sloped than the other and has knotted ropes hanging down it, almost like you'd climb out at that end.
So you're suggesting something more of like something gets released? No?
You'd have to come here during an execution to find out, but
Okay.
I mean, give me a perception, actually.
Alright.
No, investigation, because we haven't had investigation yet. Yes, we have, but doesn't matter. Give me that.
Is there
investigation.
like anybody else around that sort of stands out?
not that stands out. Most of them, it seems more like people like you come to look at it as a sideshow or something like that, or just people using it as a thoroughfare to get through to somewhere else. Wherever else that might be, whether they live in the old city or anything like that. With that investigation, you can see what looks like scratches and claw marks in the ground and on some parts of the walls.
We'll do an investigation to see if we can get a higher one. Or
No, that tells me all that I need to know. I know exactly what happens here.
Should do.
Yep, that's perfect.
All right. Well, again, like I said, I think we should track down like these two guides or whatever. See when we need to leave the city, because after we see the merchant prince tomorrow, we're probably gonna want to head on our way to the other place to kill that man. Because that's definitely
yes,
something with
the
the
other
time
god.
limit.
That's
Oh.
right.
If that is what you guys do, then you head to Millar's throat. Or what is described as Millar's throat, which, you just give me a second to... Oh my god, it's right down the bottom. Of course it is. And you start, as you leave the main walls of the city, you're not out in a jungle yet. You're entering what appears to be sort of a slum district built on two giant jungle-draped ridges on either side of a ravine. The buildings and shacks are built and cling to the sides of the ridges and almost seem built stacked on top of each other almost. With the rain, which is starting to get a bit heavier throughout the day, the rain that pouring, it goes down into the bottom of the ravine, down to the paved streets, and washes through the harbour. Wood footbridges made out of rope, bamboo, and what wood can be found around sprawl across the ravine, making walkways to get across. Some of them are easily a couple of 100 feet long, some of them are shorter, and most of them are easily 100 feet above the ground.
Anyone have a fear of heights?
Just a problem with gravity.
You know what? If you
Fear
just
of
chuck down some more wines, bro, you'll be fine.
Yeah. You won't notice the rope bridges swinging if the
If the
world's
whole
swinging
world is
anyway.
swinging.
Yeah. You spend... I don't know if this will show up for you guys. It probably will. 4 hours making your way around through the different bridges and crosswalks and across the roofs and walkways made out of the buildings of this slum district, until you manage to see the two that you're looking for. A pair of tabaxi sitting on a roof. One of them, because I was a dumbass and closed their opening thing. Right there. No, that's not the one I want. God damn it. Yeah. So you see the two tabaxi twins sitting on top of a roof and chatting to each other. One of them looks about 5.5 feet tall. She wears leather armor and an eye patch over her right eye. She keeps glancing around, especially to her right side where the eye patch covers her eye. She seems not too uncomfortable, but like cities aren't really her favorite place to be. The other one, he doesn't talk too much from what you can, from the small discussion you can see them having. He seems to just be nodding along with what the female tabaxi says. He seems happy and cheerful though. Have you got? Yes. So that is the River Mist, which is the female.
You know, I was flanked.
And that is Flask of Wine. And almost as if on cue, the female tabaxi notices you guys looking at them and kind of gives a nod in your direction, and particularly at you, Roland. You get the feeling that they may have heard that you were looking for them.
I mean, like, I wouldn't be surprised. I wasn't trying to keep it a secret or anything.
Oh, hey, people are looking for guides who are, less than legitimate. Yeah, word tends to get around.
There's someone around looking for dodgy people.
And we're not.
We think you'd fit right in.
So,
Not to mention the fact that you guys yourself stand out quite a bit. Just, I mean,
Yeah, it's got a
from
sexy-
from
Yeah.
your clothing alone, let alone the fact that you've got a big blue guy. But yeah, your clothing alone kind of pegs you as outlanders.
that's meta, guys.
So do you walk up to them?
Yes, we walk up to them.
Yeah.
That's good.
We're
Now,
approaching.
as you do, the female kind of slides herself off the top of the roof, landing in front of you guys. It wasn't like, 20, 30 feet up. It was kind of shacks built on top of each other like a favela. So she only drops a couple of feet before landing. So, I hear you're looking for guides who are more than trustworthy.
Roland?
Wouldn't help if you didn't mind getting your hands dirty either.
Oh, dirt does stick to the fur sometimes, but I'm not opposed to a good bath.
Yeah, dirt, blood, they're all the same things.
Exactly.
Well, we've got a mission at a fort that we need to take care of. We've got to do something that's probably less than legal.
Yes.
And,
What might this less than legal be?
what was the guy's name?
Probably something you don't want to ask about. Implications and whatnot.
Kind of holds her hands out and says, I understand fully. And so, are you just looking for a guide to the fort, or...
We're looking for guides there, back, and if things turn terribly, maybe a hand.
Well,
There
lucky
is-
we have 4 between us then, even if we only have 3 eyes.
There is something that I would sort of like to mention. When we get to the fort, could you guys pretend not to be our guides? Because we're going to have to look for a guide.
I mean, if that's what you
Like,
want.
we still want you to guide us back. We still want to hire you for the whole trip, but just while we're there.
Just when we get there, you fellas just take a nice little cozy spot in the tavern somewhere, and we do what we've got to do.
I mean, that works just fine for me and Flask. But our prices are, I mean, they're as usual as you'll get for most guides. We need a 5 gold per day and a 30 advance. That's what Jobel usually charges, but we'll give it for 4, and no payment up front will be necessary. Better yet, if we happen to find some nice shiny things, give us a good chunk of it, say half, and we'll call the fee paid.
I'll look it back at my team. My team looks back at me.
I like that deal.
I think we could give an equal share for it.
She kind of claps her hands. Well, when are we leaving? Do we have time to pack, or is it more of a we need to go 5 minutes ago kind of situation?
That depends. How long does it take to get to the fort?
Well, it would depend greatly on how you were traveling. Were you wanting to travel across land or via the rivers and swamps?
Which is the easiest, which is the safest?
Oh, neither are exactly safe. The easiest, but not necessarily cheapest, would possibly be to hire a charter ship through the bay to the fort. And then it's only half a day's journey from the fort's, I guess, port, not to sound like some bard or minstrel.
And by foot?
By foot, it would probably take us 2 or 3 days, assuming we didn't run into trouble along the way. The roads between the fort and the port Nine Zaru are pretty well traveled, but they're by no means safe.
We do need to talk to Otamu tomorrow evening, but after that we'll only have about 8 days left, so do we want to sort of, I mean, maybe tell the dockmaster that we'll do his job and see if he gives us a free ship to take over there and do this job?
Kelno's Pirates is going to take more than, a couple of days. That's like a long-reaching goal, I believe.
I mean, but like, if we go to the harbour master and tell him that we're going to kill the pirates, he might be inclined to lend us a ship. Like, we could go over and we could do this, and then after a while, we could eventually work on getting his pirates that he wants.
Like, I don't think he's going to give us a ship. I think he'll let us borrow a ship to make a target out of ourselves. But we're not going to be able to keep it and just do what we want with it.
It's steal a ship. We can't afford to buy a ship.
I mean, buy one, no, but you could probably find a charter easy enough, and if you ask River or Flask, they'd probably not help you pay for it or anything, but, be able to point you in the right direction to where to find those charters. But, I mean, honestly, she would probably just send you to Zindar anyway, or to any of the port masters.
Do they know how much they cost to get a charter?
Well, I don't tend to travel on the oceans. We prefer the jungles ourselves, but last I heard, they're possibly 2-3 gold a head. It's only maybe 2/3 of a day's journey by water.
I'd still say go by land. Otherwise, like, if we're taking a ship, why do we even need a guide?
Yeah, at that point. That's a good point.
The
I mean-
easiest goal they've ever made.
Their offers for guides doesn't just extend to Fort Valurian. They are wilderness guides for the rest of Chult as well,
Yeah.
and can help you on the rest of your expedition. They might die in Fort Valurian. Who knows?
Right.
That would be hilarious.
Kind of would be.
I mean, I'd put it up to a vote, but my vote would be to go by foot.
To be honest, I would vote that we should still see the Merchant Prince tomorrow and then take
Oh,
a vote.
sure. I didn't
Just
say
just
leaving.
because of the.
Yeah, we
just
still
'cause-
gotta speak with
I mean-
him.
We totally could make it there on foot and back, but like. It would suck if we totally made it there and then got back and he was dead because we took too long.
Well,
Oh, they're pretty sure that it will only be, a couple of days' journey by foot. You should have plenty of time. Just out of character, you should have plenty of time to get to the fort and find and possibly kill this Shargo person.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind going on foot then if we probably do have enough time. I was just a bit worried about the time.
So that's two on foot. Yep. I'm going to go voting on foot as well, which is 3.
Let's do it.
Well, hearing that you've still got things to do for the moment anyway, and that you guys won't be leaving for a while, River does ask, well, will you be needing us until you leave the city, or do you know your way around already?
Actually, yeah, a guide around the city wouldn't be too bad, actually, to be honest, boys, to be honest. Certainly give us more insights and more, I don't know, locational things to visit.
If nothing else, a tour would be great.
Yeah, actually, it'd be a good idea.
Well, then we will consider a 30-day fee starting from now. And what would you like to know about Nyanzaru? Although I'm not the most fond of densely populated areas, I've spent enough time around the city. I know most of the important areas.
Best place to eat.
The best eateries would be, personally, I prefer to go hunt and make my own foods, but probably the Red Flagon.
The Red Flagon. Right, boys, do we have any questions for our guides?
I can't really think of anything.
Well, we can just do a general tour of the city then, or
yeah, like we're not looking for anything specifics, but since you're on the clock, as it were, we don't have much to do either until our meeting tomorrow. So lead away.
Well, in that
We got
case,
nothing to do, so can we just pay you to be our friends for the day?
We just want friends. Well, in that case, the best starting time, if there's no runs being taken at the executioner's run, would probably be dinosaur racing.
Excuse me?
Dinosaur racing?
Yes, it's big in Nyanzaru. It's how do you explain? You've seen the big lizard things, have you not? Those are dinosaurs. They get raced.
I don't think we have seen him yet. I know certainly my character would not have.
Oh,
I
you've seen them.
think-
You've seen them
I think
like
we
domesticated
at one
ones.
point.
Yeah, passing by.
Okay.
They're used more as pack animals more than horses would be.
Fair
Mainly
enough.
because it's more situated. You know, they're more easily found in the jungles of Chult than a horse or something like
Because
that.
in Chult, horses are food, not pack animals.
Yeah, exactly. But yes, if you were wanting to go check out the dinosaur races, I believe there's usually ones running.
What's the legality of betting here?
It's fine. I mean,
Sweet.
as fine as betting is anywhere. If you make too much, the princes might expect a kind of stipend, but low tier betting with bookies and everything, it's more of a no one really minds it. I just wouldn't not pay, if you catch my leaning.
I mean, I'm not very good at catching, but I can try.
Seriously, how are you a spy thief? I don't listen, I don't look, I don't learn, I don't do.
It was kind of an accidental thing.
And they lead you to a almost imagine a larger version of a horse track and not just an oval. Like it's a bit more made into the into another section of cliffs as kind of a circular run for the dinosaurs. It's busy here. It's like a busy horse track, if you could imagine that, but for dinosaurs. There's when you arrive, a race is just starting off, and it's a four-legger race, so most of the two-legged races. Most of the races are split into either four or two-legged races, depending on what lizards are being raced at that time.
But there's like different dinosaurs within the four-legged and two-legged races.
Yes. There's everything from the four-legged races are mainly dominated by young ankylosauruses and triceratops, but Dimetrodons have also done well when they get paired with smaller riders. And there is no two-legged races going on at the moment, so you wouldn't be able to tell what gets used mainly in them.
Is there some sort of area for like aquatic dinosaurs?
No.
Oh.
River does make mention that there are other forms of races as well where the rules are a lot more relaxed on contact, if you could get her meaning. She doesn't seem to want to tell you exactly what she means by that, but you get the feeling that possibly there are races out there where there's a good chance some dinosaurs don't see the end of the race.
Ooh.
Are there any races like that for people?
Executioners run.
and the next part is, can we bid on them?
And then you guys can have that handout as well. If you guys wish to participate, because that is probably something you can do. Or you can just bet on them.
Could actually make gold. You can make bank out of this if we do this right. What the hell?
You could also be re-rolling your first character already if you do it wrong.
I definitely shouldn't be a rider because I have terrible animal handling. So I think I'm just gonna stick to betting.
DMs with a cool streak might be able to think. Okay.
I want to ride.
But Flask doesn't he's not doing the sneaky disappears, but he leaves the party's side, and it seems he's going to go place his own bets himself as well. Anyway, but River sticks with you guys.
So River slipped there some
Could
coin.
I sorta-
for you?
Sort of follow Flask, but like not like creepy follow, just to find out where the bookies are.
I mean, if it's a factor of you wanting to know where the bookies are or follow him for that factor, he will take you along. It's just the fact that that's what he's going to go do. His sister will stay with the party, so you guys, haven't just hired them and then both of them go.
Right.
Yeah, I want to go see the bookies too.
Yep. Bookies are easy enough to find there. I mean, all throughout the crowds. There's no set bookie stations or like a pavilion or something like that where you can go to place your bets. It's more of people walk around with notebooks of what wages are worth what and everything, and will take your coins, and you go to them after the races are finished and everything.
I would like to bet on the winning dinosaur, please.
But no, if so, are you actually wanting to make a wager?
Yeah.
Well, you get told of a number of different dinosaurs. You get told of Big Honker and Banana Candy, Nasty Boy, Jungle Princess, and Mountain Thunder. And
Banana
Big
Candy,
Honker.
Jungle Princess, and
I gotta
Mountain
ask
Thunder.
if you came up with those names on the spot, or if you written
Nope,
them down.
I did not. They are actually pre-made for the thing. Big Honker is a crowd-pleasing young Tyrannosaurus Rex. Banana Candy is a well-trained Hadrosaurus. Nasty Boy is an Allosaurus with a somewhat famous trainer. Jungle Princess is a Deinonychus with a frightened jockey. So yeah, no, they actually had names already.
I like it.
Is a crowd pleaser.
Do they have odds?
Yes, they do. Big Honker's odds are 7-1. Banana Candy is paying out at 3-1. Nasty Boy is paying out at 1-3. Jungle Princess is paying out at 1-5.
I like the sound of 3-1. I'll bet mine on the 3-1.
Banana Candy?
Can I put 5 gold on Jungle Princess?
That means if I bet that 3-1 means if I bet 10 and I win, I get 30, right?
No.
No, that's not how it works.
No.
Oh, is it 1-3?
Yes.
All right, I want the 1-3.
No. Hold up. It's so your
Can I guess?
payout if it wins is
Yeah.
your wager divided by 3. So you get your wager back plus divide by 3 of it.
Can I bet 5 gold on Jungle Princess?
On Jungle Princess?
How much gold are you sticking on a banana? What do you call it?
Banana Candy.
Banana candy. That's the one. Sorry, right, my bad. So how much gold is he sticking down on it?
I'm
And
be betting 10 gold.
10
Because you
gold.
can do silver and everything as well, can't we? And copper.
Yeah.
Can be a poor hearted bidder.
So you'll get 3 gold plus the 10 that you already stuck on there.
Yeah.
Back.
So you get 13.
But I think I got the odds around the wrong way. I
No,
want
the
the one
odds-
that's
the
going
odds
to make
are
me
the
a lot of
chances.
money.
the odds of the chances to win.
So it's not the same as regular bookieing?
I don't know. This information doesn't seem set out very well. Because, yeah, that doesn't sound right.
When you
Because if you go to the horse races and you bet $10 on a 7-to-1 odds,
Yeah,
and you win,
should
you
get
win
70
7.
bucks back, yeah. But this one is saying that, like, Big Honker, the crowd-pleasing young Tyrannosaurus Rex, has 7-to-1 odds, wins on a 2 to 8 of a D8, and pays out. Yeah, so it is all backwards. They've done it all backwards.
But
Just imagine that you can
So,
walk out those
I want the
races
chance.
and go,
I just want the chance to win 30 off of 10.
So you want
So
nasty,
whichever dinosaur I'm betting on
you want
makes
nasty
it
boy.
possible. Nasty boy.
Yes.
when Grim introduces us next week, it'll be like, hi there, welcome to D&D. This is Tomb of Annihilation, or TAB, where we drink and gamble. Welcome to D&D in New Zealand.
Yep. So yes, you want Nasty Boy in that case, because yes, their
Yes.
odds are done backwards, like stupid. I bet it's something to do with the retarded American imperial system.
It's because it's troll. Come on, man.
First of all, how dare you?
yeah, censorship, hey, it's not. You don't find that here in New Zealand.
And you wanted, what was the other bet that people wanted?
5 gold on Jungle.
On Jungle Princess, so it'll pay out at times 5 the amount. So you get 25 back off of a 5 gold
Nice.
investment. But the chances of winning are very, very low.
Yeah, but she's a scary bitch. Her jockey can't even handle her, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was just having a look at
The
that
Jungle
that
Princess.
split as well. You can roll to attack as well.
Mhm.
But it doesn't turn out to be a race anymore. It just turns out to be a dinosaur fight.
Isn't it then technically a destruction derby?
That's the other races that you guys were being told about. The Unchained races are the ones that are more like a destruction derby.
Mm.
Oof. But there are none of those going on currently. They don't tend to be held very often because of, raising racing dinosaurs is an expensive pastime. It's not something that you just throw your dinosaurs into. But
So
as
you
for
steal
the
other people's dinosaurs for those races?
race results, your banana candy? No, not banana candy. Which one was it again?
Sorry to do this to you boys, but like, while the races are going on, we've got to go make baby a bottle.
It's a good.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, your Nasty Boy comes close and comes in second, so does not win out. Sorry. And your Jungle Princess gets absolutely left behind in the dust.
5
So-
gold was on her to lose.
Yeah. Is there any sort of consolation prize for placing?
No.
So
It pays out on win.
Can I do the $10 triple?
Or nothing.
So you lost 10 and Victor lost 5.
Yeah, do we have to put in
Yeah.
our character sheets?
Yes, you need to edit your gold amounts.
I've been slowly hemorrhaging gold since we got to Jolt.
That pirate hunting's starting to look real good, isn't it?
Did you say pirate hunting or pirate joining?
Yeah, good point.
How much gold did we have? Again.
It would have been based off your character background.
And
Did
then we
you-
got paid 50 each for.
Yes, and 50 each. If,
Got no money in my thing, so money hasn't been done.
oh,
You're poor.
you're lucky that.
How are you
you're
going to
lucky-
be able to pay for your bet that you made and
Yeah,
lost?
guess what? Bookies aren't very friendly around here, man.
The bookies are going to come for your kneecaps already.
Well, at least I'm gonna have an iron coin.
Well, you can. you know you have 50 from Syndra. If you didn't have your starting gold, then that's on you, sorry.
I started off with 15,
Yeah,
and then got 50 off Syndra, and
Well,
now
and
I'm
then
on 40.
and then just hemorrhaged.
Yeah, I've just hemorrhaged like fucking 25 gold over the past 2 days.
But after watching and betting on various races, assuming, did anyone else want to make any more bets?
Fuck yeah, I want to hemorrhage all of mine. Nah, I'm fine.
Well, after that, River is rejoined by Flask and says, well, sorry, well, it is getting a bit late now. You lot have lodgings, I take it?
We do.
Indeed.
Well then, we will meet you. I assume you don't need a guide to your lodgings, so we will meet you, say, same place you saw us tonight, tomorrow evening, or would you prefer to leave in the morning?
The more
Maybe more like tomorrow night, since our appointment's in the evening.
Yeah, that's what I was meaning. It after your appointment, or would you rather to wait till the next morning and set out in the morning?
Oh, that doesn't matter to me, but it might to these folks. I don't need to sleep as much as you guys. What do you think?
Likely setting out the morning.
What was the decision, sorry?
it's with the morning. I think we should sit out the morning after our appointment with the Trade Prince.
Very well then. Then we will meet you where we saw each other first on the morning after tomorrow evening, and we will set out for Fort Belurian. Until then, new friends, we bid you goodbye.
We bid you adieu.
Farewell.
Adieu.
Was that the guides?
Yes.
Okay.
And they weave off back towards Millar's throat. And I assume you guys head back towards your inn.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Which was
Yeah.
somewhere around this area, I believe.
So how did the races go, boys? How did you fellas go?
Don't ask.
You now have bookies coming for your kneecaps. No.
So, well, we're down
Who
20
didn't even
gold.
realize he didn't have money before he made the bet.
But yeah, no, they lost their bets. But
So we're down 20 gold.
well, 15, and
Actually,
it's only them that are down. Like they don't.
Yeah,
it's
you know,
it's not
Yuckies.
party gold.
Yeah, you know, split effort.
Yep.
So,
Was there anything else people wanted to do for the evening?
no, actually, no. It would be fine.
Can I rob people to try and get back some of the money I've hemorrhaged?
I mean, like honestly, you can if you so well please, but like I've tried pointing out, it seems like a pretty safe and secure city. If you don't have any other form of other work, you tend to go try and be a gladiator or a guard.
Oh, is there actually a fighting pit?
Yeah,
Oh,
there are always
shit.
fighting pits. Fighting pits everywhere. But no,
fighting pits before we go. So
let's go watch roll and have a scrap in the fighting pits. Then we can go to bed.
I mean, I don't think I would actually have to look it up. I don't think it's like gladiator pits that you can just jump in and just have a fight. And it's like, you're a fighting slave. If you want to be a fighting slave, then roll up a new character, because you'll just be pitted against things until something kills you.
Tempting.
Reroll another character and just say it was your cousin. That way, when he wins all this gold and all that, he can go, here you go, cousin. Here's some gold.
But
Oh, now that you mention that, one of the merchant princes was my brother.
Brother, Jesus Christ, one of them are my father, bro.
yes, so you guys are back at the House of Respose, back in your room. So I will throw you guys in there for now.
You know, happy times. Everyone's favorite time, eh?
Sleep time.
Mm.
Yes, if there is any sleeping that wishes to be done or anything. Someone, anyone really, give me a D20 roll.
I gotcha.
Whoa,
19.
That's
Not
pretty
bad,
good roll.
not bad.
nice roll.
The night passes.
That one took
without-
ages to come through.
Yeah. The night passes without incident. No one disturbs you or knocks on your door during the night. The next morning, you wake up and there's a dense, heavy fog throughout the city streets, almost like the rain from the day before is suspended in midair. But besides that, it's another normal morning. The city's waking up and starting to do city things. Your breakfast is continental and downstairs.
Can we push them all together and make a Pangea breakfast?
Yes. Yeah.
Come
And I
on,
just realized that you guys don't actually have proper access to all of these. Yeah, now you should.
Yep.
Yes, so you have your guides sorted out now. You have an audience with Otamu in the evening, and you have a day to decide what to do with.
Our gods. Oh, we might as well ask our god. Have we asked our gods already what's there to do around the city? Apart from Death's Run, or then
They're going to meet you on the dawn of when you guys leave for Fort Valurian, so tomorrow
Okay.
morning. But they would have given you a list of other things to do. The main like quote unquote pastime would be dinosaur racing for people wanting to blow off steam and everything. Unless there's like event specific things like an executioner's run or a gladiator pit fight or something like that. It's not like there's any special seasonal event going on at the moment, so there's no festivals in the streets, even if the city itself and the people seem almost festive just in their natural personas.
that's just how they are.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I don't
breakfast.
really have anything I particularly want to do. I mean, I guess just wandering the city and seeing what there is, really.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, at this point in time, it really seems like a bit of a just wait around for our audience.
Yeah.
Well, as you're traveling the streets, you bump into quite a we'll call him bombastic man. Yes, he's very, very
Is he fairly fantastic?
boss.
You made him jelly, eh?
He seems can't think of. I knew I said I would try not to do this as much, but he's I'm looking for the right descriptive.
He's descriptive.
I guess in a way, he uses his arms and his hands a lot to emphasize when he's speaking and everything.
Emphasize
Bit of a
gestures.
flailer.
Yeah, he flails. We'll call him a flailer. He introduces himself as Volothamp Giram, more commonly known as Volo. I am a book writer, I wouldn't say adventurer, seeing as I prefer not to leave the cities, but I gather information and form compendiums, and I'm here to sell my book. This, and he holds up a leather-clad book called Volo's Guide to Monsters.
How much does it cost?
6 million.
50 gold, and I will tell you what, I will even sign it myself.
An adventurer that doesn't leave the city, Volo.
No, he said he wouldn't he wouldn't necessarily call himself an adventurer, but he does what adventurers would, or what adventurers might do with you'd expect most of the information he'd get of monsters and everything like that to be bought from adventurers.
Do we know if he?
Yeah, I'd ask him, how accurate is his information if it's all secondhand?
I mean, a lot of it is pretty accurate as far as I know. I've never had any adventurers come back and tell me that my information is bad, but then again, that might speak for itself in itself.
Then again, I have to ask how many
Have
people
you
come
have
back
you
alive.
have you had them come back and tell you it was good?
Well, do you go tell the author of your favorite books if it was good or not? Most of them don't.
Well, if it saved my life, I would.
Most of them don't even have the joy of meeting me like you have now.
I'm gonna insight this and see if he's trying to swindle us.
Yeah.
No, this is Volo, and he is
Yeah.
selling you Volo's Guide to Monsters. Yeah.
Okay.
Keeping in mind for you guys that haven't played a lot of D&D, Volo's Guide to Monsters is a literal real-world book you can have.
Oh, you can?
It's another monster compendium, and he's literally like offering you the meta version of a compendium, is essentially.
Well, it's 50 gold though, right, Volo?
Mm-hmm.
I'll go halves with someone in the book.
Yeah, I'll go halves on you, man. Sounds good.
Okay.
Deal?
He looks very happy. and
How
signs
do
a
you
copy
like
of the book.
not getting stabbed?
How do you like the fact that there's 2 guard groups just over there if you want to get that way? He seems pretty confident that those guards could get to you before you could get to him.
They probably could.
But no, he like he said, on the in cover of the book is his signature and a little blurb saying, "Planning an expedition? You really should buy a copy of my latest book, Volo's Guide to Monsters." And the Volo's Guide to Monsters part of his signature is actually just the title on the in cover of the book. Like he writes it in front of you, but at the same time, it's a total cop out.
But still handy book to have, yeah?
Very handy book to have.
Because I was about to say, because we might have to send our rogue into...
Mechanically, how it works is if you want to spend like 5-10 minutes reading through it in game and everything, I can give you a little bit of details from stat blocks and everything. I'm not going to just straight hand you stat blocks out of Volo's Guide and everything, but you will have more information, and I'll allow your characters to know that information that you wouldn't usually know.
Can we try to roll to pickpocket our gold back?
I mean, yeah,
He
it
puts
is.
it-
It's
He
doable.
puts it in a locked chest. Like he's got all a small carriage with him that acts as, you could guess, kind of like a portable house for him, where he went study and everything. So he keeps his storage and everything in there.
Does it look like a good lock?
Oh my gosh.
Probably. I mean, you're still trying to break in the middle of the day, like in front of guys.
Well,
Probably
while
not
he's
gonna have to
watching
pick
me.
up. Yeah,
I tell you what.
you've already threatened to stab him.
Yeah.
Chances are he's not just going to turn his back on you.
At the end of the day, you go follow him. You go follow him back to his house, rob him blind, and then come back to us. Okay, sounds good.
Follow him back to his house.
Sounds
5 feet
very
until
good.
he steps into the carriage.
Yeah,
Like he doesn't live in Nyanzada or anything like that. He travels the world, gets information, and makes the compendiums for the.
So,
For
out of
adventurers.
character, now that we've brought the book, is it actually a good thing to have in game? Like, is this going
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
it helps.
It allows you to use information that you would not usually have access to. Is it necessarily going to be some game breaking thing? No. It's a book with information about different creatures you might run into in the land. You might not know some information about a creature or hear about a creature. Like, have you ever heard of an Otyog?
Say if something's poisonous or not, or if
Yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, like, have you ever heard of an Otyog?
No.
No, if you hear about Otyogs, then you could look them up in the book, and I'd tell you a little bit of information, whatever might be in the book about it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That sounds good.
Sorry to have to do this to your boys, but I'm gonna have to shoot the gap.
That is okay.
Got some very important
I
stuff.
have no idea what that means.
Oh, I mean,
Going.
Hit the old dusty trail.
There you go.
I've got things to do. Yeah, shoot the gap.
Well, because we've got what may or may not be a big thing coming up with Wakanga, did we want to call it here then? I mean, it's a
Yeah,
hour odd earlier than I had planned, but I don't mind.
Yeah, I'm
Calling
okay
it now.
calling it. I mean,
I figure it's better than, going to do something that might be instrumental with
I wa-
Wakanga.
yeah.
I was going to go to the beach, so that sounds good to me.
Oh well, good game, guys. We'll
Yep.
let Grim do his extra.
Yeah, my outros are not anything.
Outro. That's it. Outro, not extra.
That's why I was sitting here for a second. I was like, bro, yeah, no, yeah, okay, yep.
Some people call it a suffix, you know?
Yeah. Really, I thought it was a prefix.
They're not anything exciting. Good sessions though. We got a good bit accomplished.
Yes, I will try and strong arm you guys into a fight next week.
Maybe we can get into a fight. But yeah, we're heading out. I've been Grim. Our DM has been Gypsy 420.
Bye-bye.
Zydroin. Everybody can say bye.
Get you later.
Bye bye.
Hope you guys have a
Yeah,
great
guys.
time and peace.